Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here we are for some Mariners baseball, and it is going to be the series finale between the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. Right now, the Mariners are going for their sweep. They are on a 6-game winning streak against the Houston Astros, dating back to last season when the Mariners swept Houston in Houston. And now they got one more game against the Astros, and let's hope that the Mariners set things right and do complete that sweep. What is going on with the Astros? It has become such a challenge for them, and let me explain how it could be. Here it is. Man, where is it? The Astros just called up Colton Gordon, Shea Whitcomb, and JP France. Jeremy Pena is going to the IL, and Imai is also going to the IL. Jaden Murray has been optioned. So lots of movement going on. There's just a lot of movement going on against the Houston Astros, and hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of what the state of the Houston Astros is that they are just an injured team. Their pitching isn't good right now. And who the Mariners will be going up against is going to be George Kirby, who has an excellent track record against the Houston Astros, going up against Mike Burrows, who he's at he's a 1-2 record with a 5.63 ERA. He is up there in the WHIP. So Mariners do have a big opportunity, as they are also heavily favored to win this game, but doesn't mean that the Mariners just stop playing. They got to keep playing and not be entitled to a sweep. They got to work for that sweep. Here's the lineup for the Astros. We got Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes, Christian Walker, Carlos Correa, Cam Smith, Taylor Trammell, Yanni Diaz, and Nick Allen, who is taking over for the injured Jeremy Pena. As for the Mariners, we've got Brendan Donovan, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, Randy Arozarena, Luke Raley, J.P. Crawford, Mitch Garver, and Cole Young. They will be both up to they will be playing out. Mitch Garver, who gets limited time, he's only 1 for 8 for a backup catcher. Hopefully he can at least get that picked up. And another player that really needs to step up is Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor, after signing that extension, has been an absolute massive disappointment for the Mariners, as expectations were high for him because he is known to not only have been one of the driving forces of last season, but he also has a great hitting at T-Mobile Park, one of the best hitters in T-Mobile Park from last season. So it's going to be something for the Mariners are going to have to, Josh Naylor is going to have to step up, because one of the successes for the Mariners does rely on Josh Naylor. Now, give it to him. He was there for a pickoff play against Jose Altuve, and that he also committed a double play off of a huge, big hit by Yordan Alvarez. It was a big liner, and he was able to at least be there for the double play, but he's going to have to do a lot more than that. Now, there has been an update by MLB Now. I think I'm going to play the clip real quick. It is about Jerry DiPoto, and we got someone here. Hello, Johnson. How you doing? But yeah, here's a quick video. It's about the state of Colt Emerson. So I'm going to play the video.
He's in AAA already. How far away is this kid?
No, he's as close as they come. It's why we did what we did with the contract was, Colt is trending toward a 20-year-old debut. He doesn't turn 21 until July. Generally speaking, young players who get to the big leagues that soon, who are as well, rounded and polished as Colt is, tend to play long careers. And if you get to the big leagues as a 20-year-old, that means you're going to get to free agency at a very young age. And our goal here was to make sure that we had a marriage with Colt set up through what should be some of the most productive years of his career. And I said it to him, and I didn't say it jokingly. If we do this right, we drafted Colt in the first round. We signed him, gave him his bonus, and he's now progressed through the system very quickly. We just did an 8-year deal with an option for a 9th. And if we do it right, we'll sit down and do 3 contracts, and he'll be a lifetime Mariner. He's a wonderful young man, truly. I mean, as good as they come. And that is in addition to filling up all of the boxes in terms of your policy.
Wow. It's going to be a huge gamble from Jerry Dipoto to be taking on Cole Emerson, who's given him a very significant contract. And by the way, I did see it on the screen that Jen Mueller, former Mariners sideline reporter, she actually put out the ceremonial first pitch. So shout out to her for her years of service with the Mariners. She just happens to not be part of the Mariners anymore. She's mostly part of the Seahawks. And little do people know, Jen Mueller was also a sideline reporter for the Seattle Supersonics back in the day as well. A lot of things that you don't know is what we do now. Now we're going to get ready. The game is about 4 minutes away. Should probably get this going. Here we are, another live streaming show. This is my 14th show out of the goal of 100. Even if I get to 100, I'm still going to keep going. So go Mariners. But yeah, it's 14. And I have long ways to go to 100, but I'm at 14. I'm at a pretty good pace right now. I mean, if I went at an 83% pace, I mean, right now I'm at an 82%. So if I did 162 divided by, it'd be 132 games is what I'm on pace for. I mean, if I can get to 132 games, I would be very happy about it. I mean, as of now, I'm looking at how much I'm on track for this month. The roof is open on a cloudy day in Seattle. Mariners at 7-9. Astros are at 6-10. As of now, if I keep going, I will be at 23 games this month. So I'll be on very good track. I mean, the magic number will get smaller and smaller. It'll be going into 70s if I just keep this consistency going. And a lot of you have been engaging on the show, especially all my Twitch friends that are there. If you are here, shout it out. If you are on YouTube right now, hit that like button, subscribe, hit notification, and also donate to this channel. Cole Young right now, he's being interviewed on the sideline, or he was. He has 14 hits this season, second most of the team. I wonder how many hits is in the major leagues. MLB stats. Let's go to the stats. Hitting stats, that is. I mean, Cole Young is still a long ways to go to be the hits leader, but he's doing well for the Mariners at least. The leader right now is Andy Pages of the Dodgers, who's off to a very good start, batting .429 with 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, only 25 years old. He's been playing around since, he had a career year last season, hitting 27 home runs. Man, they're still talking to the Cole Young. And we'll get going real soon. Glad to be here for this game. I know. Hope I don't get wrecked by the don't quit your day job stuff. And here they come. The Mariners are taking the field. George Kirby's the first one to step out as he is looking to get this victory, help the Mariners get that 4-game sweep to take that momentum going into San Diego. It's going to be, got to take it one game at a time. I know I'm looking ahead a little bit, but San Diego, they are just behind the LA Dodgers in that division. Yeah, pretty strange that the Mariners series is ending on a Monday. You don't really see that very often, but that's just what the scheduling is. I don't like it. I think they should have gotten a day off, but maybe it'll help them get more days off in the future, as long as it doesn't hurt their momentum or anything like that. Getting ready for that first pitch. It will be coming in momentarily. And now we're getting ready for that first pitch, and it will be brought to you by SeatGeek. Use that promo code RoofTopSports to get your $20 off, or 10%. I think they brought it down to 10% off this time. And play ball indeed. And we're getting ready for that first pitch. And here we go, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. And we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Altuve is batting .333, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Yesterday, he was a victim of a botched stolen base where the umpire just happened to get in the way, interference of Cal Raleigh. And now the 0-1, he was eventually asked to be sent back. And then he was caught up in a double play, or he was picked off at first base. And then he got caught up in the double play as well. So a rough day for Jose Altuve. Now the 1-1. And now here's going to be fly ball. Belted the deep left field, but that should be foul. Oh, and Arozarena caught it, and that should be one away. Arozarena catches it in foul territory. And way to go. No replay. Just missed the replay. I guess they didn't have the replay at all. Now here's Yordan Alvarez, the Mariner killer, but when he goes against George Kirby, he is not so much of a Mariner killer, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to right. Oh, it's going to be caught by Julio Rodriguez. The camera just keeps throwing it off, and that is going to be 2 away. Now we're going to have Isaac Paredes up to the plate. Now here is Isaac Paredes to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 0-1 for Isaac Paredes. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike again. And then Paredes maybe should have challenged it, but I guess he just chose not to. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a liner, and that is fouled. And that's still going to be 0-2. Runs this series, the Astros have scored, but at the same time, they've given up costly amount of runs. Now we're at 0-2, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. And he reaches, and that is going to be a foul ball again. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to right center field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now Paredes gets on base with a 2-out single. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Christian Walker is 0 for 7 in this series. He has really struggled, so that brings down his batting average by default. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. I got 3 people on the Twitch. Reveal yourselves. Just like the Sith will reveal themselves to the Jedi. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball right to third base. Donovan, the throw to first is a long way. He gets it. And he gets him out, and that is going to retire the side. Nice little easy inning for George Kirby. Got a man on base, but he gets out of it anyway. So now we will go into the bottom of the first. Oh, the most loyal one. Typical Terran. How you doing? Glad that you're here. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Well, I am back. So go enjoy some food while you can. Go to the Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. And we are back from the break. Now here's Donovan up to the plate. It's going to be Donovan, Cal Raleigh, and Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Looks like they're doing a challenge already. Donovan very bold on this. And he gets him, nailed him for a strike. And that's already a burn challenge right after the first batter. Very Very disappointing, I must say. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Brendan Donovan. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the 1-2. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to him, and the toss over the first. That's going to be in time. And we got 1 out, and it's going to be Cal Raleigh up to the plate. What does he have? Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a liner that might drop, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And Cal Raleigh gets on base with a 1-out single. He's had a pretty decent series, that I must say. Now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 1-0 for Julio, the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. The chant of Julio should be coming on. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 3-1 for Julio Rodriguez. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball that gets off the glove, and that is going to go out of the way for a base hit. Cal Raleigh should be going to third base. And now we got runners on second and third with just 1 out, but Josh Naylor is up to the plate. Tomorrow, am I going to be here for tomorrow? Tomorrow, yes, I will be back. Yeah, and there's a lot of people at work today because it is a Monday. I mean, blast that 9-to-5 lifestyle. I could never do that kind of lifestyle ever again. I can tell you that. Now here is Josh Naylor up to the plate, and now the pitch. And he fouls it off of his foot. And that is going to be strike 1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right field, and that is gone. That is a home run, a 3-run home run for Josh Naylor. Mariners take the lead to make it 3-0, and that home run was just an absolute bullet by Josh Naylor. And what a way to wake up and get that first big hit by Josh. And what a way to take the lead. Mariners 3, Houston 0 off of a single by Cal Raleigh and Julio getting on base. And now here we are. Mariners up 3-0. What a hit by Josh Naylor. What a start for the Seattle Mariners. Well, that's one way to get started. Now here is a Rosarena, and that's going to be in there for a strike. And you had Josh Naylor screaming. Now here is a Rosarena, and that's going to be popped up right to center field. Taylor Trammell should be there, and he makes the catch. That was just an absolute laser. I see a Sonics fan too. I gotta take a picture of that. Now here's, gotta get this back to live. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. You would think that it would be a turning point. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. That will retire the side. But however, Josh Naylor gives the Mariners the lead with a 3-run home run. Good way to get it started. Well, how about that? Josh Naylor finally breaks his slump by hitting a 3-run home run. Mariners up 3-0. Let's keep it up. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Just showing a Pete Alonso home run. And we are back from the break. Josh Naylor, who just hit a home run. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. And that's unfortunately going to get right through Josh Naylor for a base hit. And now we got Cam Smith on first base. So it looks like Astros are set to answer real quickly. You just never know. Here's Cam Smith. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball. Go to second, go to first. In time for the double play. And that's going to be 2 outs already. Now here's Taylor Trammell. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Now the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. This is Taylor Trammell up to the plate, by the way. As we're at 0-2. Now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now the pitch. And, oh, challenge. How'd you not challenge that? Mitch Garver, how did you not challenge that? Ah, Mitch. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball and, oh, nearly off the glove of Josh Naylor. But that will retire the side. And that's another clean inning for the Mariners. And we'll go into the bottom of the second inning.
We're making
Try our hand-breaded All right, what do we got? Oh, yeah, 9 to 5 is not fun. Oof. And if you don't mind telling me, Taryn, what is your 9 to 5? Yeah, I've done 9 to 5s. Oh, don't make me ever do a 9 to 5 ever. 9 to 5s are just brutal for me. Like, I don't have the discipline to do a 9 to 5. It's like, don't make me ever do a 9 to 5. Like, just don't. Like, it is just not worth it to me. And now we're getting close to being back from the break. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve. Throw to first. That's going to be in time. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. This is to Mitch Garver. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to center field. It could be dropping. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. Mitch Garver gets on base. What a one-out single. It was in the very exact right spot. Cole Young up to the plate. And that's going to be a strike. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike two. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Down goes Cole Young. And that's going to be 2 outs. Sweep incoming? I don't know yet. Don't do that. Oh, tax season. Oof. That's brutal. I know. I know how it feels for tax season. I really do. Don't worry. King, this channel is going to pop off soon. Let's hope so. The pitch. Now here's Brendan Donovan up to the plate as he is taking a ball. 1-0. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. Is that going to be enough? And makes the catch as Cam Smith. And that's going to retire the side. It looked really good. Had to drop it. Definitely would have scored in possibly Mitch Garver. But that's going to retire the side, and we're going to go into the top of the 3rd inning. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you. I was doing some numbers, and by the All-Star break, if I can keep up the pace I am at right now, I would be at 74 games by the All-Star break. And if I somehow kept up that pace throughout the course of the season, if I kept up with that pace, I mean, I could finish the season with 100 real quickly. It could happen. But right now, got to go back to reality as we are back from the break. And now here is the pitch. Yeah, they're talking about the Mariners' best home record. They have the 4th best home record in Major League Baseball since 2023. All this talk about the T-Mobile Park ballpark suppression. And all the stats back it up with the offensive problems, but the Mariners do back it up with at least getting victories. And the throw to first in time. Now here is Nick Allen up to the plate. And now it's 1-0. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Crawford again. He's got it. Throw to first in time. And now we're going to have Jose Altuve up to the plate. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 0-1 for Altuve. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. We're at 1-1 on Jose Altuve. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Donovan. Throw back to first or throw to first. That's going to be in time. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners as they are up 3-0 going into the bottom of the third inning.
Today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Cal Raleigh is going to be up to the plate. After these commercial breaks. And we are back from the break. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball as we got Cal Raleigh back up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Cal Raleigh is a designated hitter. He's getting the day off as a catcher. As we're at 1-1, now the pitch. Inside for a ball. As we're at 2-1 for the dumper, the pitch. Ooh, that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, but that's going to be well out of play. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, but he's probably going to be out. Oh, and no! Cal Raleigh gets in. He gets there in time. Save. It's like there was a little bit of a miscommunication or just not paying attention. That really does sum up the state of the Houston Astros right now. Yeah, just like what was Burrows doing? That was on Burrows more than Christian Walker. And Cal Raleigh just hustled to get there because you just never know. And now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And who's got that? Altuve's got it. He makes the catch, and that's going to be one away. Oh, man, I know. Where is Josh? I guess he just had no interest in this series at all. I'm really shocked that he's not here. Now here is Josh Naylor up to the plate. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball belted to deep right center field. And that is gone. That is the second home run of the day for Josh Naylor. A 2-run home run. And the Mariners are now up 5-0. And that was 433 feet. What a day for Josh Naylor already. It's the Mariners 5 and the Astros nothing. And the Mariners are just absolutely running away with this game. What a day for Josh Naylor. 111.5 mile an hour exit velocity. And you kind of figured that was gone and out of there. And by the way, those two home runs were 25 minutes apart. Wow. Yeah, he knew that it was gone, and he's now feeling more loose than ever. Now here is Randy Arozarena up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 0-1, and now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the 0-2. It's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. One and two for Arozarena. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Correa. Throw to first. That's going to be in time. Textbook play by Carlos Correa. One of the best in the game. Now here's Luke Raley up to the plate. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a broken bat, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And the Mariners are continuing to go. And yeah, Raley, you stay at first base, man. Mariners now have 7 hits in this game. And that was on a broken bat. Now here's J.P. Crawford at the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be 1-0. It's like J.P. Crawford's electing the challenge, being very aggressive. I don't know if I would have done it with 2 outs, though. Yeah, there goes all the challenges. I don't know if I would have challenged that, as we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 1-1. Oh, throw back to first. Not in time. We're at 1-1. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. We're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that should be easy play. Go to first in time, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners, they get 2 more runs out of another home run by Josh Naylor. And excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful.
Oh, we are back from the break. It's going to be a 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Yordan Alvarez has homered twice in the series. He hasn't really amounted to much since that home run on Saturday. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And that should be Donovan. And he makes the catch. Now it's going to be Isaac Paredes up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a blind drive, and that's going to be a fair ball. And now Isaac Paredes is going to go to second base, and now the throw to second. No. Oh, yeah, with Luke Raley's hustle, that kept Isaac Paredes on first base. Had it gone to Randy Arozarena side, he would have gotten the double. Yep, Naylor is cooking on his own, all right. And now here's Christian Walker up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we are at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. As now we're at 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Christian Walker. Now it's going to be Carlos Correa up to the plate. Well, I guess they did for the meantime, but they're going to have to do it again. They're going to have to keep it up. That's all I'm going to say. Keep it up. Don't be content. Stop simping for Julio. Who says I was simping for Julio? When did I say that, JD? And now the pitch. That's going to be ground ball foul. Oh, come on. It's just one series. Don't let one series get to you in a good way. No, not yet. Let's get the sweep first. As we're at 0-1 for Carlos Correa. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now it's going to be the 0-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. Oh my gosh, Dutchy Clutch. Just stop. Cringe. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball and fouled. Hi, Dutchy. Bye, Dutchy. Bye, Rooftop Sports, huh? That's funny. Now we're at 0-2 for Correa. As we are still at 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to retire the side. And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 5-0 Mariners.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos autenticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fiez.
Curious to see how the rest of the league is doing. Mariners will be on track for 8-9 as of now. I think the other teams are Rangers and Athletics are playing soon. And the Rangers, they'll be coming to Seattle when the Mariners come back home from San Diego. What I find really bizarre, though, is that right after the Mariners game for the Padres, they will be going on the plane right away. Swing and a miss to Mitch Garver. On Thursday, they will still somehow be playing at around 5:40, because I think they're going to catch the plane right after that. And now we're at 0-1. So if what could happen is if the game goes into extra innings on Thursday, what's that going to do for their plane ride? Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So they better be back home. Then they're going to go to sleep. Ooh, they got to make that game at 1 o'clock. I don't know how they did not make that game at 1 o'clock, as we're at 1-2. For Mitch Garver, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 1 out. We're not nope, don't even do that. Don't do that. Stop that right now. No World Series talk. We're only in April, guys. And after just one series does not determine that at all. Let's not forget that they got swept by the Astros. No, they got swept by the Rangers. Let's not forget about that. Now here's going to be a ground ball. And here is the play to first. That is going to be in time. 2 outs for Cole Young. He is struggling in this game. Now here's Brennan Donovan up to the plate. The pitch. It's going to be way outside for a ball. Got some more people coming in. Hit that like button, subscribe, and donate to the channel. That is going to be one of the best ways to help this channel is to donate. And now the 1-0 to Donovan. And that's going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 2-0 for Donovan. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike two. And the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit, fair ball. Donovan could be going to second base. He will on a stand-up double. And now that's going to be runner on second base. And we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. So there is still very much a chance for the Mariners to do more damage. A nice, clean hit by Brendan Donovan. Barely fair, hit the line. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And that's going to be 1-0. Now here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be another foul ball. And now we're at 1-1. As we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. As we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. And foul ball. And now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball, 2-2. Two and two the count. Now the pitch. And he gets under it, popped up to right field. And if he did not get under that one, I think that could have been gone. And that is going to retire the side, 3 outs. No runs in. But a nice hit by Brendan Donovan.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
Now here's Cam Smith, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Cam Smith, who was 0 for 1, and now the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 0 and 2. Now it's going to be the 0-2. And he misses it. That's going to be a ball. And I wonder if they could have called that, could have challenged that one. Kind of curious why they didn't challenge it. And that's going to be now 1 and 2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit for Cam Smith. And he does get on base, and now it's going to be Taylor Trammell up to the plate. Now Taylor Trammell, who is 0 for 1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And now that's going to be runners on first and second. And if the Mariners aren't careful, especially with these bottom feeders doing it, and you got the upper half of the batters coming up real soon, this could be a turning point of the game. And this is where it gets dangerous, because if you can't get anybody out, then worst case scenario, you're going to have to deal with the likes of Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. So this game is definitely, Astros are very much back in it. And now the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike 1 to Yanni Diaz. As we're at 0 and 1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit, and that should be bringing in a run. Here comes Cam Smith, and that's going to be cut off. And we got runners on first and third with nobody out. And the Astros get on the board. We got Nick Allen up to the plate. And this is where things can get really dangerous. Just scored. They have men on first and third with nobody out, with Altuve and Alvarez getting close to bat. Astros are very much back in this game. Yeah, Astros are pretty much back in business. Now here's Nick Allen. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball. Go to second and the throw to first, and that's going to be in time for the double play. But that's still going to score in another run. And now it's just a 3-run ball game. Astros are very much back in business, especially with how capable their offense usually is. You never want to count them out. Now here's Jose Altuve up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Now we're at 0 and 1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now here's Altuve up to the plate. Now the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. Now we got 2-1. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Crawford. Throw to first. And in time. And that is going to retire the side. But however, the Astros do make up. They do make up for it. And now they are back into this game. Now the Mariners only have a 3-run lead. So the Mariners are going to have to score again.
Yeah. Nice job. Good plays, guys.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
And we are back from the break. Last Mariners player with 3 home runs in a game was Edgar Martinez, so it has never been done at T-Mobile Park. Wow. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now we got Josh Naylor up to the plate. No pressure. So Josh Naylor, if you have a chance, if you hit another home run, you will be the first player in T-Mobile history to hit 3 home runs in a game. I think he's feeling it. And now here is, Victor Martinez. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's really going for it. And that is going to be strike 1. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. As we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. They said it was Victor Martinez. As we're at 2-1, throw back to first. Victor Martinez hit 3 home runs in a single game against the Seattle Mariners on July 16th. 2004 was the last time it happened. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a towering fly ball popped up. And Altuve is going to be there and makes the catch. Now, that's all he's going to think about. Josh Naylor wants to hit that third home run in the game. 3 home runs. The last Mariner to hit 3 home runs in the game was Dom Canzone. And on July 16th, 2004, the last time anyone hit 3 home runs in the game, Victor Martinez did it. The pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that will get Julio to second base. But Arozarena does get out. And just at a blink of an eye, we already have 2 outs. Cliff Lee was the pitcher. And by the way, here was the lineup. They had Ronnie Belliard, Omar Vizquel, Matt Lawton, Victor Martinez, Casey Blake, Travis Hafner, Lou Maloney, Joey Garrote, and Coco Crisp, the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Yeah, remember Coco Crisp? I hope he got an endorsement out of them. Now here is Luke Raley outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-0. As for the Mariners on July 16th, here was the lineup. Cliff Lee was the pitcher for the Indians, by the way. Now the pitch to Raley, swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. The Mariners starting lineup was this. It was Ichiro Suzuki, Randy Wynn, Brett Boone, Raul Ibanez, Bucky Jacobson. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that's going to be a base hit, and that should be bringing in Julio Rodriguez. No throw to the plate, and the Mariners get another run to make it 6-2 on an RBI single by Luke Raley. What a nice way to respond back after the Angels. What a nice to respond back after the Astros got 2 runs. The Mariners are somewhat making up for it. And now we've got J.P. Crawford up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Catcher is challenging the pitch. He does. He gets it. And this game was a brutal game for the Mariners back in 2004. It was 18 runs given up. Indians scored that much. Now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. I'll go over the details of the game after this, but boy, that was a brutal game. Now the 1-2. And now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And Luke Haley is going to third base. To third. And we still have runners on first and third with 2 outs, but there is still opportunities to score the runs. I think I'll show the highlights instead of what happened on July 16, 2004. This is referring to the fact that the last time a Mariner or anyone hit 3 home runs in a game in T-Mobile Park was in July 16, 2004 by former Indians Victor Martinez. Pitching coach is coming out. Now here's Mitch Garver up to the plate. Garver up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to do it. Unless Altuve drops it. He doesn't. That's going to retire the side. And now we're going to go into July 16th, 2004 highlights. Here it is.
Indians and Mariners, Travis Blackley on the mound for the Mariners. Wasn't a good night for him. 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs. Let's play count the homers with the Tribe. Matt Lawton, that's number 1. Lawton 2 for 4, 3 runs, 2 RBI. Next batter, Victor Martinez. That's 2 as the Indians go back-to-back. Next batter, Casey Blake. That's 3 in a row. Blake 3 for 5 in the ball game. The Tribe up 4-zip, and the hits just keep on coming. Top 6, it's Martinez again. 3-run shot this time, his 2nd of the night, 4th of the night for the Indians. They're up 10-3. But wait, there's more. Top 9, 13-3 Cleveland. Ben Broussard leading off and teeing off. Number 5 of the night for the Tribe. They're up 14-3. Still top 9, Martinez just being downright greedy. 4 for 4 with 2 home runs already. And there goes number 3 for him and number 6 for the Indians. 5 for 5, 3 home runs and 7 RBI. Must have been his birthday. Later in the top of the night, Travis Hafner, number 7 for the Tribe. It's 16-3. Cut it out. Lou Merlone, the next batter. He gets plucked. Julio Mateo gets tossed. The bench is clear. Everybody came out, got a little exercise, but no hands thrown. Next batter is Jody Garrett, and wouldn't you know it, number 8 for the Tribe to tie a club record from back in 1997, and the Indians going to win it.
Oh my gosh. What an absolute massacre of a game that was. For anyone that was born after at least 2015, you guys, or anyone, a 2020 baby, you guys got lucky. Or if you're like a 2018 baby, you got lucky. You didn't have to live through this. You're lucky you did not have to live through, oh my gosh, from 2004 to 2022. More like 2002 to 22. 20 seasons in a row of no playoffs. Yeah, you Gen Alpha babies got lucky. You guys lucked out. You did not have to put up with what I put up with. You guys are lucky. Now here's Yordan Alvarez up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Like, I got the luxury to grow up with Ken Griffey Jr., Alex Rodriguez, Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner, Randy Johnson, Jamie Moyer, Ichiro eventually, Brett Boone, the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. Man, this game's really cruising. Like, we're at the top of the 6th inning already, as we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball foul. To go more into detail, how the Mariners got their 6 runs, one of them was off of Justin Leone, who hit a home run, and Hobert Cabrera. And yeah, Justin Leone with a double. That was really it. Just garbage. The pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. We're at 3-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And who's got it? Donovan looks like he has it. He makes the catch. Here are the pitchers for the Mariners that day. You had Travis Blackley, who was pulled. He was literally pulled after this inning, after 2 innings. J.J. Putston pitched, then Ron Vallone, George Sherrill, Shigetoshi Hasagawa, Julio Mateo, and Mike Myers. And by the way, J.J. Putz is the only Mariner in that pitching the only pitcher in that entire game who didn't give up a single run. Everyone else did. Just brutal. Now we're at 0-1 now, the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Low for a ball again. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Now it's going to be 3-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's going to be 2 away. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. As we're at 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's going to be strike 3. And a 1-2-3 inning this time. George Kirby with now 4 strikeouts. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th inning. And it is still 6-2 Mariners.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. This is Cole Young up to the plate. Now we're at 0-2 for Young. The pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 1-1. And the pitch. Outside again. That's going to be 2-1. Astros are on a 7-game losing streak, and they're on the verge of losing the 8th. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. We're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball, but Taylor Trammell's there, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be one away. Now it's going to be Brendan Donovan along with the top of the lineup. Now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. Tony says, shout out to you, bro, covering all these games. It's not a full-time job, unfortunately. I don't get paid enough. The pitch. But it's up to you guys if you want to get me paid. You got Venmo on the YouTube description. You got YouTube Super Chat. There's ways to support me or join my memberships. The pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. Yeah, I did all these games, and I've only missed so far as of now. Man, how many games have I missed? And now the pitch to Donovan. That's going to be a strike. I have missed a total of just 3 games of this entire season. We're at 3-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. I'm playing softball tonight. Hopefully I can get some footages of me playing. That's what I'm hoping. We're at 3-2 for Brendan Donovan. He's working the count. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Now the pitch. Going to be ball 4, take your base. And now you got a runner on first base. Looks like the Blue Jays are heavily injured, that Aaron Goldsmith is saying. George Springer is hurt, and now Alejandro Kirk. He's going to be missing some time as well. Now we're at Cal Raleigh, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. He really wants that home run, especially when the Mariners have this kind of a lead. Now the pitch. And that's going to be fly ball to left field, but Alvarez is going to be there. He makes the catch. That's going to be 2 outs, and now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez, as he does have the opportunity. He is 2 for 3. Now here's Julio. Now the pitch. Oh, and that almost hit him. That was a 93 mile an hour. Now here's 1-0 for Julio. Now, oh, throw back to first, not in time. Fans are really making themselves heard. They're booing because they don't appreciate. Now the pitch. That swing, did he go? He does not. Now here's the 2-0. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball, and it's going to be throw to first. It's going to be in time, but man, Julio really just doesn't hustle, doesn't he? Still frustrating to watch that because he really should be hustling that. He really, really should. And we'll be going to a commercial break. Yep, it's been very close in the AL West, that's for sure.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
And we are back from the break. We got George Kirby still on the mound going 7 innings. Because how many pitches does he have right now? He's at 76. So I would imagine that this is going to be his final inning. I don't even think they have to use Matt Brash. Now the pitch to Correa. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Carlos Correa is 1 for 2. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. So we're at 2-1. We're at 2-1 for Correa, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul tip, and that's going to be 2-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kirby's now at 80 pitches, but he's been on fire. That's going to be strikeout number 5 for George. Furious George. Now here's Cam Smith. And that's going to be a fly ball to deep right field, but thankfully not deep enough, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now we got Taylor Trammell, the former Mariner. He's going to be up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 0-1. It's possible, but you know he's going to go for it. The 0-1. And check swing foul. You know he's going to go for it. No doubt about it. He's going to give it a shot. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called. 6 strikeout for George Kirby. And what a day he has been having. He is now just at 84 pitches. You know what? Give him one more inning. Anyways, it's time to sing the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because they have a 4-run lead. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hello, hello, oh no, said we gotta go. Yeah. I was like, hello, oh, baby, said we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. Catch up across the sea. Hello, ship all alone. We never think I'll make it home. Hello. No. We gotta go. No. We away. Oh, baby. No. And we are back from the break. JP France has now taken over for the Houston Astros as the other starter. He is done for the day. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up on the first pitch, and Correa should be there. He makes the catch, and that may have been Josh Naylor's last chance. He was really trying to go for that home run. JP France hasn't really pitched at all since 2023. It's been that long since he has pitched. Now the pitch to Rosarena. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field, but not deep enough. And that's going to be 2 outs. Cam Smith makes the catch. This game is really steamrolling away. Now we got Luke Raley up to the plate. Now here's Luke Raley up to the plate. And now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Luke Raley is 2 for 3, including a nice RBI. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be another base hit for Luke Raley, and now he is 3 for 4. What a day for Luke Raley. That will definitely improve his batting average, go up to 280. Now here is J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. Now we got 1-0. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up right to Taylor Trammell. He makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. Now we got 6 more outs to go until the Mariners, they could complete the sweep. I'll do a quick post-game show right after this, and I'll use that footage to put it to my actual post-game video. Mariners are on the verge of setting the sweep. And we are back from the break. I believe George Kirby's still on the mound. They're going to let him go for one more inning and see what happens. And now here's going to be, nice catch by Cole Young, and that is going to be 1 out. Cole Young has been one of the leaders in defense for the Mariners this season. And now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. I think if Kirby surrenders a hit or any kind of a on-base thing, I think that's when George Kirby will be pulled out of this game. The pitch, it's going to be up high for a ball, especially he's on 88 pitches. Now we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a liner to left field. And that is going to be a foul ball. That was really close. As we're at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now the 3-2. Now here's going to be a ground ball, not diving stop, and now the throw to first. And that gets away. And oh, J.P. Crawford. I love the effort, but that's why he's not exactly the best shortstop. And I think that might be enough. That might be it for George Kirby. I mean, they're really making contact on him. Just wasn't a good throw at all. Now here's Altuve up to the plate. Looks like Dan Wilson is still staying with his man, George Kirby. Altuve has fouled out and grounded out twice. He is 0 for 3. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike two. Yordan Alvarez will be up on the mound. Yordan Alvarez is on deck. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Throw to first. Second throw to first. And not in time. And Altuve gets in there in time. And you know what, Dan Wilson? Why don't you just burn the challenge? You never know, right? But that was going to cut it close anyway. It was a nice throw by Crawford. Yep, he is safe by a mile. So nothing to challenge there. And now here comes Dan Wilson, and that is going to be enough for George Kirby. This was a fantastic performance by George Kirby. He pitched very well with the exception of one inning. He's going to get the standing ovation that he does deserve. 6 strikeouts. Dan Wilson is saying, yep, it's time. Or maybe George Kirby's trying to... No, George Kirby's... He's still going to pitch. George Kirby is still going to pitch. Yeah, I think Kirby said, yep, that's... He's like, no, you're good. He's going to say, I want Yordan because Yordan typically doesn't hit well against... he typically doesn't hit well against Kirby. I think they were going to bring Inspire, but Kirby's going to take his chances on Yordan Alvarez. But anything after this, then I think he's done. Now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be way outside for a ball. And I think if Kirby can't get Alvarez out, then Dan Wilson's going to be like, yep, you're done, buddy. As we're at 2-0 for the Yordan. And now the pitch. It's going to be 3-0, and George Kirby looks like his stuff just might be done for the day, especially when it's 3-0. Although Alvarez is 0 for 3, but he might get away with a walk. Or it could be anything else. We're at 3-0, and now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And Kirby's feeling the frustration, and I think that might actually do it this time. Kirby's at 99 pitches. And now here comes Dan Wilson. I think that is going to be it this time. Kirby will go to 99 pitches. He went 7 2/3 strong innings. And he's going to get the standing ovation that he does deserve. George Kirby pitched the best that he could. Still looks visibly frustrated. But he gave a very strong effort to put the Mariners in position to possibly win this game and get the sweep. Kirby's still not happy, but I don't blame him. He really wanted to get Yordan out. Well, that's it for George Kirby as the Mariners are leading 6-2. Originally, Dan Wilson was going to pull him out before Yordan Alvarez, but then Kirby elected to stay. He wanted to stay. And then Alvarez walked, and that was it. Hopefully the Mariners bullpen doesn't blow this. And we're back from the break. It's going to be Matt Brash versus Isaac Paredes. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-1. We're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. It's going to be 2-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to left field, but Rosarena is there, and Matt Brash is able to get him out. And that's it. It's going to be still 6-2 going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and I got to get a quick snack because I'm really hungry.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
All right. Oh, what the? Game feed is not on right now. And we are back from the break. Mitch Garver is now up to the plate. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Paredes. Throw to first. And that's going to be one out. Now here's Cole Young up to the plate. Hello, Andrew. How's it going? And now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. Rough game for Cole Young so far. And now the 0-1. And that's going to be 1-1. As we're at 1-1 so far. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Did he go? He did not. Gonna be 2 balls and a strike. As we're at 2-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be ground ball right to Walker, and he will do the put out. And that's going to be 2 outs. Now it's going to be Brennan Donovan up to the plate. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now here's the 1-0. And now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now we got Cal Raleigh going up to the plate. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1 for Dumper. Now the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. Now we got 1-1. Now the pitch. Low for a ball again. That's going to be 2-1. Oh, you're a Dodgers fan. How's it going? I get a lot of Dodgers fans here sometimes. And now we got 2-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that might not be enough. It will not be enough. Tramel's there, and he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. Last try for the Astros, and I do think that Matt Brash should get one more inning because he only pitched like, what, 4 pitches? That was it. So give him a chance.
Yeah. Nice job.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
We are back from the break. Tomorrow it's going to be Brian Wu versus Michael King, Emerson Hancock, and then Luis Castillo. Mariners definitely got to get those first two before Castillo screws it up possibly. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, and we're putting in Wilcox. I guess they're just going to they're saving Matt Brash for the next game. That's probably why, because they want to make him available for the next game. Fine. Now the pitch. It's going to be swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Christian Walker. Astros, they've had a very rough week. I can safe to say. They're at 0-2, or they're on the verge of losing 8 in a row. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Now the pitch. Check swing, and that's going to be 2-2. Now the 2-2. Now the pitch. It's going to be ball 3, 3-2. And this could be a very long inning already. You have Munoz in the bullpen just in case. Now we're at 3-2. And the pitch. Ball 4, take your base. And now you got a runner on first base with nobody out. Next batter is going to be Carlos Correa. So this is a situation that could get very dangerous. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 0-1 for Correa. Now the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. Wilcox is not doing well. Wilcox is what's his ERA? By the way, Shea Whitcomb is at third base. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball belted to deep right center field, but Rayleigh makes the catch. It's going to be a first out. Then you're going to have Cam Smith up to the plate. Now the pitch, low for a ball. This is Cam Smith up to the plate. It's going to be Cam Smith and Taylor Trammell at the very least. And possibly could have Shea Whitcomb coming up. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. We're at 2-0 for Cam Smith. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and foul. That's going to be 2-1. Cole Wilcox is a 5 ERA guy, not having a good start to the season. Now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. We're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. That actually could be trouble, but Ridley makes the catch. He makes the leaping catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now we got former Mariner Taylor Trammell up to the plate. And that really did have some carry to it, like Dave Valley said. Luke Rayleigh with a nice jump and nice range coverage too. And nice effort. Now we got Taylor Trammell, the former Mariner. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. On deck, it will be, not Shea Whitcomb. It will be Yandy Diaz. As we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. This should do it. Naylor to Wilcox, and that is it. The ball game is over. The Mariners complete the 4-game sweep over the Houston Astros, recovering from that disappointing Texas series and Angels series. Now you can say that the Mariners can breathe well and have a nice flight to San Diego. What a series for the Mariners. It was a very inspiring series, and I think it really was game 2 that really did set the tone for the rest of this series. Like, let's go over what the scoring was for today. It was Josh Naylor with his 2 home runs. Yanni Diaz had a little RBI, and Allen grounded into a double play to give Houston a couple runs. And then Raley pretty much put the exclamation mark with a single, scoring in Julio Rodriguez. And by the way, Julio Rodriguez had himself a fantastic game. Now that we are in this post-game show, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification. So, yeah, going through the rest of this game, it was, man, what was it? Well, here's the box score. Well, here's what we saw. We saw great hitting out of Josh Naylor. He hit 2 home runs after he was off to a really terrible start. He finished the day with 5 RBIs, and that's the Josh Naylor that we were looking for. So kudos to him that he hit very well today. He did well. He was trying to go for that 3rd home run, just didn't happen. And had he gotten that 3rd home run, he would have been the first Mariner in history since Edgar Martinez to hit 3 home runs in a game at home. And he would have been the first time to do it at T-Mobile Park, as believe it or not, no Mariner in history has ever hit 3 home runs in a game in T-Mobile Park. Now, it was done in the Kingdom several times, notably Ken Griffey Jr. in 1996 against the Yankees and Edgar Martinez against the Twins in 1999. Other things that deserve credit is George Kirby. George Kirby was just outstanding. 7 2/3 inning. He did give up a couple runs, 7 hits, but 6 strikeouts, and he was pitching very efficient enough to get him close to 100 pitches going when he was going into the 8th, when he was finishing by the 8th inning. Then you had Matt Brash to take care of it. Cole Wilcox had a little bit of a heart attack kind of a moment, walking a guy. And then luckily, Luke Raley was able to make the catch. Now let's go over the box score for the Mariners. You had Brendan Donovan. He was 2 for 4. He was excellent today. Cal Raleigh had a good day, 2 for 5. He was contributing to the 2 runs. Julio Rodriguez went 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Josh Naylor went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Rosarena struggled going 0 for 4, but he had other good games throughout the series, so that'll make up for it. Luke Raley hit 3 for 4 with a not a home run, with an RBI, so he hit very well. Crawford 1 for 4. Garver 1 for 4, but usually when you get a 1 for 4 out of Garver, that's actually a pretty good day. Cole Young struggled, went 0 for 4, but he had excellent defensive plays on defense, so that will make up for it. Now, this overall series, this was absolutely something that the Mariners absolutely needed. Now, before I get a little bit more, there is a critical question by BC. It was actually Victor Martinez who hit 3 home runs in the game for the Cleveland Indians back on July 16th, 2004, where the Mariners got absolutely just demolished 18-6, and the Indians hit like 8 home runs, and the Mariners only had 1 home run by Justin Leone. So we will go into the other previous games. I will summarize them real quickly. It was on Friday the 10th. Mariners won 9-6 behind. It was behind good pitching out of Emerson Hancock. He was at 88 pitches, 5 strikeouts, but he gave up a 3-run home run, I believe. So that was Cole Wilcox that gave up a 3-run home run when it was 9-3. I mean, they jumped out to a 3-0 lead. I remember that. Someone hit. They got 3 runs. I know, I'm trying to refresh myself. And the Astros, they responded back. And then the turning point was when Randy Arozarena hit the 2-run home run, and the Mariners scored in 4 more runs in the 7th inning to give him some insurance. And good thing they did, because Yordan Alvarez absolutely just annihilated. He annihilated the ball. And then Andres Munoz did get the save, but he walked 2 batters. So the Mariners got out of that at the skin of their teeth. Now, although that was a very frustrating game at the very end, Mariners were still able to pull out the victory, something that they couldn't do for, it felt like, for pretty much a week. And then we go into the Mariners versus Astros on Saturday. This is when the Astros jumped out to a 7-2 lead, which, by the way, the Mariners first scored their first 2 runs off of Cal Raleigh's home run, a 2-run homer, scoring in J.P. Crawford. But then the Astros were just, it was Yordan Alvarez with a home run. Taylor Trammell was torching the Mariners. And then this was where, in the bottom of the 5th inning, this was after the fact, by the way, that Taylor Trammell had 2 men on in the top of the 5th. He struck out, but he should have called the challenge because they had 2 challenges, and he didn't do it, unfortunately, to the Astros. And that was where J.P. Crawford had a 2-run single. And Cal Raleigh hit a sacrifice fly, and then Julio Rodriguez hit the 2-run home run to tie the game at, I believe it was 7-7. It was 7-7. And then J.P. Crawford hit the game winner, and that was a very inspiring game. The disappointing part, though, was Luis Castillo not pitching well at all, but the bullpen made up for it. Casey Legumina, Jose Ferrer, Eduardo Bizzardo, Matt Brash, Andres Munoz all gave up no runs at all. But Munoz had a heart attack save game because he had 2 men on base thanks to his 2 walks and a hit. That wasn't a save, by the way. It was a walk-off effort, by the way. But Munoz definitely did give me the heart attack. And then we go into Sunday. It was a very cruising 6-1 victory where they didn't even do the home runs. It was all just walks. The scoring was officially Rosarena scoring, singling. And then we got Julio walking, Cole Young walking, Donovan hit a sac fly. Then Rayleigh tripled to score a Naylor and a Rosarena for the insurance runs. And then, so it was a very cruising victory. And then today, as I already explained, that this was a very cruising victory for the Mariners. And this will be a great amount of confidence going into the very next series against the San Diego Padres, which they do not joke around at all. So the Mariners will have a big series ahead of them to deal with. Now, going over who's going to be pitching. It's going to be Brian Wu versus Michael King, who's off to a good start. Then you got Emerson Hancock against Vasquez, who's also off to a good start. And then you got Luis Castillo versus Buehler. But Mariners they're gonna have to step up because they're gonna go up against really good offenses. Now let's see what the Padres are all about. The Padres roster, looking at that roster, or better yet, the stats. Fernando Tatis Jr., you always don't want to mess with him. Jackson Merrill, Xander Bogaerts, Ramon Linero, I can't even say his name, but he's off to a good start. Jake Cronenworth, Manny Machado, like these are big guys that you don't want to mess with. And you got Ty France coming off the bench too. So it's going to be a tough series. Mariners pitching is going to have to be at its very best. That is what's going to win them, is going to be great starting pitching and also the bullpen. And of course the offense, if they can at least support the Mariners, give the starters run support. But on top of that, Mariners starters have to be on top of their game. And they have every chance to do so with Logan Gilbert, Emerson Hancock, and Logan Gilbert. But until then, before we stress about this game, or before we stress about the rest of the series of the Padres, I want all you Mariners fans to just enjoy the sweep that the Mariners got. Not only was it their first series win, it was also a sweep, and it was definitely long due. And how sweet it was it to do against the Astros? Credit I will give Randy Arozarena with his big hits and hustle, at least on base running. Then you had Julio Rodriguez and J.P. Crawford sparking the comeback. And then Josh Naylor with his 2 home runs. And let's not forget, the bullpen also pitched very, very well throughout this weekend, especially against a high-powered Astros offense. And yes, there were injuries, like Jeremy Pena suffered an injury, but nonetheless, Mariners still took advantage and took care of business. Well, that's going to be it. thank you very much for being here. It wasn't as much of a great engagement as it was in the last few games, but it is what it is. It's whatever. I'm still happy that I was able to do the game. But everyone, again, thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe, donate to this channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the Mariners Padres. Go Mariners. What a win for the Mariners. If you intend to go to the next Mariners game or any event, use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off the purchase. And go Mariners.